Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. We're going to do a Daniel Larson Wiki reading today. This is going to be of Gale Communications. Now this is from the second Gale arc and not the first one, because I believe we looked through the first one when he was in Gale for the first time. So this is going to be about the second Gale arc Communications. Here we are, okay. On the 30th of April 2024, Daniel was arrested after making several terroristic threats against establishments such as the White House. This marked the first fully offline arc in Daniel Larson history. Almost all knowledge of what Daniel has been up to since his arrest has come from Gale communications from Gale. Emails, letters and phone calls while he awaits his hearings. And at the minute, yes, he's still at the Springfield medical facility, and it's going to be like that until his actual trial date in April. There's a lot to get through. Obviously I'm not gonna like watch the videos. I'm just gonna like read the abridged parts of it. List of calls. May 2024. All calls from this month were to Clark. May 1st. On May the 2nd. Why did he put it down as May 1st if it's May the 2nd? Flexberger uploaded a call between Clark and Daniel. Though it is likely that the call took place sometime on May the 1st, evidenced by previously leaked audio. In this call, okay, so it wasn't May the 1st, but it was published on the 2nd, okay, fair enough. In this call, Daniel drops a bombshell that he has been charged with 7 counts of interstate communications of threats, and is now deemed a flight risk. And obviously, yeah, we got archived videos, but yeah, I'm not going to go through them. I'm not going to read the transcript, I'm just going to read the bits between. May 6th. From a video posted by Larson Leak Raw on the May the 12th, also featuring Hearsay, I think it's how you say it, a phone call from May the 6th was leaked. This call was the most serious out of all of them. The call's contents contained Clark infiltrating with serious talk, revealing everything to Daniel, admitting his entire identity was fake. And this occurred after management was interrogated by the police due to their involvement with Daniel. Clark elaborates that due to Daniel, he has lost two and possibly more, I'm guessing more, jobs due to him. And that this call to Daniel was the most important call of his life. Well, to be fair, that's pushing it, because I wouldn't call a call to Daniel an important call, to be fair. So yeah, Clark essentially kind of fucked his employment up because he wanted to manage Daniel, and it came to bite him in the ass. So well done. And there's a video for that. May 9th. Featured in the aforementioned video, Daniel called Clark on May the 9th. In this call, Daniel seeks to fix his friendship with Clark and rebuild, while Clark remains a serious tone and tells him to take responsibility, though Daniel does not seem to fully understand his wrongdoings. Considering Clark's unwillingness to speak to Daniel after this call, it was speculated that to be the final time Daniel would have contact with the outside world. However, this would later be proven false. This was the final call to take place in Clear Creek County Jail. September 2024, September 7th. On the morning of September 7th, 2024, Daniel called Clark from federal prison and had their first conversation in nearly 4 months. Daniel talks about how he's been in protective custody for the last few months and how he may be transferred to a psychiatric facility in a different state. I'm going to check my recordings. Yep, that's fine. This call reveals the unsurprising fact that no matter how much sense people try to knock into Daniel, it never works, as he is still thinking about Grace despite being told that he is not in contact with her. This was the first call to take place in FCI Inglewood. So it's like Clark admitted that the people pretending to be like people saying that they were Grace and pretending were not her, and he was never in touch with Grace or the Vanderbilt family. And Daniel obviously didn't believe it and still thinks that he's involved with Grace. Don't know why. October 2024, October 7th one. In October 7th, Little Sippy received 2 calls from Daniel. Someone who had gained contact with Daniel in mysterious ways. Little Sippy is a bit of a controversial character. I've already did a reading on him. This was the first phone call that does not feature Clark. In this call, Daniel explained that he had leaked communication with his lawyer since August. Little Sippy informs him about a new document that Daniel may be moved to Springfield by December. Additionally, Daniel was under delusion, expresses frustration about his family's lack of support. Well, that's mainly because his family wants absolutely nothing to do with him. Worrying a felony conviction might limit his ability to maintain his imaginary relationship with Grace Vanderbilt. And the second call from the same day, October 7th, Little Sippy called Daniel again. Despite being institutionalized, Daniel seemed significantly more delusional. He claims that Trump has asked him to become a vice president, that Grace's songs were about him, among many other delusions. Like I said, he's getting worse. Like, if you say anything to him, he'll believe it. But if you tell him the truth, he will not believe it. October 8th, first call. On October 9th, 2024, Little Sippy posted another call. This call is most notable for Daniel claiming to have been in contact with Chef Keith and Lil Durk. I've got no idea who they are. It was recorded on the 8th of October, can be viewed below. I don't know who they are. I'm going to bring them up in their Wikipedia ones. Okay. Yeah, just rappers. And the second call from the 8th, on October 9th, Little Sippy released a 4th call to Daniel Larson, which was recorded a day before. Little Sip shows Daniel the recording of the detective reading his search history, leaking some alarming searches. Daniel also explains meeting someone claiming to be Jacob Vanderbilt. His concerns about Clark and supposed music theft by World of T-shirts. October 9th. On October 9th, Daniel called Clark once again. Daniel appeared to be more delusional, stating that Grace has been mentioning Clark indirectly in some of her songs. He also reveals the poor conditions in jail, which he relates to his struggles with being homeless. He also expresses concerns for the Vanderbilt family, believing that they were affected by a hurricane and still believing Grace likes him. Again, keeping up with the fucking delusions. October 12th. On October 14th, obviously, like, the calls were from October 12th, but they were uploaded like a couple of days later, obviously. Clark released a call between him and Daniel that took place 2 days prior. This was the shortest call of them all. Mainly goes over Daniel's routine in jail and what he does with his time. October 23rd, there's a lot of October calls. On October 23rd, Daniel called Little Sippy from jail. Daniel reveals that he has run out of money and cannot send letters or emails. Little Sippy gives Daniel advice for if he does get released. Daniel also claims that he will be focusing on his music and acting after being out, and not listening to the trolls. October 24th. Daniel and Little Sippy had a brief conversation on the 24th. Little Sippy was already on the phone with another caller when Daniel calls him. 26th. Daniel and Little Sippy had a phone call on the 26th of October. Daniel's delusions appear to be getting worse as he claimed that Taylor Swift wanted him to come on her Eras tour but got declined. Fucking hell. October 30th. Daniel called Little Sippy in the late morning hours of the 30th of October. Daniel discusses a lack of communications with his public defender. As he said in every call since September, he shifted his conversation to Interscope and LBI, which Little Sippy was not familiar with. He says that he will not be transferred anytime soon, as he spoke with a caseworker, social worker and a nurse at Yale. Well, I've got no idea what a nurse would have anything to do with transferring, because they're just nurses. They work in healthcare, they don't work in the legal system. Caseworker and a social worker, yeah, but not a nurse, who all confirmed that he won't be transferred by the 31st of December. Okay, she might have known then, we're not quite sure. Little Sippy advises him to stop dwelling on Tina and Grace, and Daniel agrees, adding that Grace is an adult and can do anything she wants. Well, that's a fucking change, isn't it? Like, oh, she can do anything she wants now, but before that, oh, she has to contact me. They discuss threats to which Daniel attributes to being terrified and confused while homeless. Yeah, from that video where you made the threats, you did not sound terrified and confused. You sounded like you meant to them threats. And how he was hanging out with Dylan Clark in a homeless shelter. Okay. October 31st. Little Sippy and Daniel called again on Halloween. Daniel believes Bob is ruining his life again. Stop fucking bringing Bob into this. He's an old man who just wants to relax and not spend time with you anymore. You've already tormented Bob enough. Stop it. November 2024. November 9th. Daniel called Little Sippy on November 9th. Daniel claims that he is suing the US government. Yeah, good luck with that. November 12th. Clark called Daniel. Daniel believes that he's been framed by Bob and the Vandals. Again, leave them the fuck alone. November 15th. Little Sippy calls Daniel on his birthday. Daniel is clearly frustrated about spending the 26th birthday in jail. Suspects that he has been profited from his name, believing Clark is responsible for it. Who the hell would want to profit from Daniel Larson? Like, seriously. 16th of November. Daniel called Clark. During the phone call, Daniel gets into an argument with a fellow inmate. That was actually funny to listen to. That was actually a good call. November 19th. Call 1. Daniel called a Little Sippy and explained his situation and tensions with Clark. And in the second call, later that day, Daniel called Clark. The call was divided into 3 parts. 23rd of November. Again, loads of calls. Daniel called Little Sippy and says he will not be listening to his lawyer. Little Sippy has sent him a Grace Vanderbilt song in the mail. Well, you should listen to your lawyer. You should not ignore him. Like, seriously, listen. 25th. Daniel called Clark on the 25th, where he reveals that he got into a fight with another inmate. Yeah, same old Daniel. Never learns. And I'm pretty sure that will add time to his sentence as well. 27th of November. And he called Little Sippy. Daniel now says that his release date will be in January according to his public defender. He also confirms that he has been resorting to hitting himself in jail. Well, I can understand that. I mean, like, he hits himself all the fucking time because he's a moron. And obviously it's the end of February, so his release in January didn't work out. 29th of November. Daniel and Little Sippy had a short phone conversation on the 29th, where he states that he is concerned for his safety in jail as he is being targeted by other inmates and COs. Well, Daniel would be an easy target in jail, trust me. 30th. Daniel called Little Sippy on November 30th, revealing that he may be losing his phone privileges, thank God. The SIS, Special Investigation Service, has also allegedly contacted Grace and Tina, who are now filing a restraining order against Daniel. Yeah, I don't think that's happened. Highly doubt it. We haven't got any news about that. December 2024. December 1st. Daniel called Clark on December 1st, claiming that he was sexually assaulted by his former cellmate. The full call was uploaded 2 days later. This was the final call that took place at FCI Inglewood. Well, I really hope that the guy who sexually assaulted him was checked out, was cleaned inside and out, because there's no telling what kind of diseases Daniel Larson is carrying on him, especially with his like scabies and fucking whatever he has on him at the minute. December 13th. After being transferred to Cimarron Correctional Facility, Daniel called Clark and informed him that he was there awaiting transfer to Springfield. This was the first out of 2 calls that took place at Cimarron Correctional Facility. December 23rd. Daniel called Clark from the Cimarron facility on the 23rd. During the call, Clark is in a restroom at a gas station and gets interrupted at the end of the call. What was he doing in the restroom? This is the second out of 2 calls that took place at Cimarron. 25th. He calls on fucking Christmas Day of all things. Clark called him on Christmas Day. Daniel had moved to Grady County Detention Center the previous day. That was the final call. That at the minute, obviously he's in a mental correctional facility, so there's not going to be many calls there, but if there is, I am going to talk about it. This is going to be the list of letters now from October 2014. October 3rd. On October 3rd, Little Sippy received a letter from Daniel. The letter is most notable for its first page being completely normal and its second page being bizarrely sexual. It is unclear if this letter is completely legitimate, but calls with Daniel and Little Sippy are pointed to being real. And the letter reads, "Hi, this is Daniel. I'm sorry for the confusion. I had someone else write the letter because I was busy. Can you send 5 pictures at a time? From Daniel. P.S. I will call soon." He's getting someone to write his letters for him. "Hi, can I ask you a question? Is the clit the same holes females pee on?" Though I can answer that. The clitoris is not a hole. "Is a gag reflex normal when you are about to come?" No. "Is pre-cum thick and sticky like regular cum?" No. It's see-through, but it's not as thick. Sometimes it's thick. It really depends what your diet is. Does pre-cum trickle a lot like regular cum?" It's more like the fucking same. It's more thicker. I don't know why I'm answering these like I fucking know shit. "Can you send hose with captions to read?" What the fuck, Jesus. I hate when Daniel reads like this, because he's like, all of his letters are like really sexual, and like sometimes they have like information about little girls in them, which is disgusting. October 21st email. On October 21st, Daniel emailed Little Sippy from jail, with the subject being case dropped. The email contains nothing of note and mostly delusional ramblings. "I need a raid to get my case dropped and prove I am better mentally." Well, by all calls, you're definitely not. "I also need to get security as well. I find it also crazy that Grace is involved, but no charges has been pressed any. My lawyer says these things are. It's basically fucking ram. I'm not gonna read it. It's like delusional ramblings. This one is November 2024. November 16th email replies. On November 16th, Daniel sent a reply to Lil Sippy about voting, saying, "I am allowed to vote, but the jail is in violation. Then you're not allowed to vote then." Shortly after, under the delusion that Grace is cheating on him for Clark, Daniel replies with another email to Lil Sippy. "Griffin is in contact with Grace, and Grace is cheating on me with him because I don't have housing." Fucking nutter. November 17th email. On the 17th, Daniel sends another email to Lil Sippy from jail, with the subject being issue. Likely October email is mostly delusional ramblings about Grace and Tina trying to get him out, and how he is not getting transferred to Springfield. And is basically another letter saying what the header said, essentially, about him possibly not being transferred, but obviously we know that he is now. And we got some November 18th emails. Daniel emailed Lil Sippy for the third day in a row. In the morning of November 18th, the subject was "case closed," and his more delusional ramblings. The same day he sent an email with the subject being mental health. And yeah, it's essentially same shit as before, really, just worded different. Complete nut job, in other words. December 2024. December 6 emails. Daniel emailed Lil Sippy 14 times, Jesus, on the 6th of December. They revealed that he was being transferred to Springfield. The subject for the emails were, "What's going on? I just packed out today for transfer. I'm on the next bus to Springfield next week. Emergency, the feds are trying to get me to cut ties with Dad, Bob and Tina and Grace. They are now telling me to quit my career, and Bob is a troll as well as my dad." God, he's posting so much bullshit. And December 8th emails. Daniel emailed Lil Sippy again on December 8th with the subject "sis. My lawyer has told me to stop. I'm also being transferred this week to Springfield. I'm also on new meds because they came up with an excuse for my latier, or whatever that is. Also, I guess Tina called the jail and told me to stop calling. Again, stop fucking getting her involved." The next email had the subject "lies. Be careful of the lies going around because I don't shower. Because I shower 2 times a day and brush my teeth 3 times a day. That is a lie. You do not fucking do that. You probably do it because you're in a mental health ward now, but you didn't do that before. The third email asked for a pardon from Biden. "I might get a pardon from Biden or Trump because I'm independent." Guess what? You're not. You're definitely not. The player external links. The players: Daniel, Larson, Clark, Lil Sippy, Bob Proctor. And the events: Psychiatric Hospital and Jail Communications. We got lots of references here, and this page was last edited on the 27th of December, so it looks like this is going to be like the last bit of communications we're going to get from Daniel Larson for now. Like I said, like if there's any other like updates on his jail stay or his mental health evaluation, I'll probably end up talking about it in another lolcow video. But for now, this is going to be the last Daniel Larson update until possibly after his trial date, which will be sometime in April, I think April 1st, I'm not quite sure. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.